Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video on Akropolis. We're doing an update again. I'm covering Akro every other day now, I think. I'll keep updating it. I mean, of course, the price needs updating a little bit. I'll give you my thoughts. I'll give you some other updates as well on different fundamentals from here, which I think are interesting. But apart from that, yeah, we'll just talk about what's going on right here. What's possible? Can we have a crash? Will there be more bullish momentum up towards 2.4, 2.5 cents? Basically everything, all right? But before we start, I do have to say two things. First of all, Akro is manipulated, very manipulated, basically since the beginning of July. So it has been manipulated for quite a while as well. That means that it's quite unexpected, all right? So I cannot make a prediction like this is going to happen or that is going to happen, because it just depends a lot on those parties that have manipulated it as well, and I cannot predict what they do, all right? So it will be more of an analysis, like if this happens, then we can expect that, and if this happens, then we might expect or we might see that. So that's what we'll do. But apart from that, I also have my own premium trading group in which I share my own trades as signals. But you also gain access to a chat room full of traders and my trading guide. So if you actually want to become a better trader and discuss something like Akro in a chat room full of people who know about it, then consider joining via the links down in the description. But for now, let's get into Akro. So some things I wanted to show you, which just, you know, they do mean something, not necessarily everything. But right now you can see that the volume is getting very, very low, all right? It's around 20 million. That volume will start to increase again at some point of time, all right? At this point of time, like, lower volume is pretty scary, because the lower the volume, the more easily the price can be manipulated, all right? So right now, for example, when the volume was 100 million, it was very difficult to do really anything with 5 million. While right now, you can do a lot of things with $5 million in capital. So that's pretty scary. It can still go both ways. I mean, it could cause a big crash. It could cause a big rally from here. That's the duality of a manipulated crypto. Apart from that, if we actually look up some other statistics, which I think are always interesting to see, you can see right now that for Akropolis, the open interest is super, super high. So a lot of trades are open. So that creates a possibility of a long and a short squeeze. Let's see, the funding rate right now is also still pretty high, but it's definitely dropping right now, all right? So when the funding rate gets to zero, there's not that much incentive anymore to long, even though on the 29th of August, there still was a lot of incentive to long. So altogether, what that means is not that much. It's interesting to know. It all just confirms that big moves are coming. But in my eyes, it all depends on two things. It depends on whether 2 cents breaks first, or this level right here around 1.6, 1.7. All right, this little box right here. It's about which one of those levels breaks first. And because the open interest is this high, and because the funding rate, I mean, the funding rate getting lower does increase the chances of having some sort of a crash. But what we saw the last time around, when the funding rate actually did the 16th of August, when the funding rate actually got positive, what we saw then is that more bullish momentum came. So yeah, it's not a 100% indicator. But for now, I think those are things you need to know. But the most important things you need to know technically is that we're stuck in this level between 2 cents, or at least the level around 2 cents right here, and the like the 5 Fibonacci extension. We're stuck between that as resistance, and then we have the support, let's say at 1.6, which we have as support. And one of those levels is going to break. If 1.6 breaks, we'll drop down to 1.4, 1.3. If 2 cents breaks, we'll get all the way up to 2.4, 2.5. And from there, we'll see again. I do expect resistance at 2.5, but how much and for how long, that kind of depends on the initial reaction. So that's my take on Akro. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.